caffeine. All right, it should be up on both channels. All right, I know I'm not even done with what I was playing, but that's just me. I get to a point where I'm kind of like, I kind of want to make something new. It's my curse with these types of games. So what I want to do this time is I want to make a robotic character. I don't want it to be, I don't want him to look human at all. I want him to look like a battle bot of some sort. So I could use obviously force bolts. Those would work. You can recolor everything, but they look kind of like things. But an energy blaster, I think this one. The biggest problem with some of these is like this one. I'm assuming actually pulls out a rifle. I don't know if this one actually pulls out a weapon or anything. I don't want a weapon to be, there. Like wrist bolter is fine because that will be. These I know come out of the character and not out of whatchamacallit. So I'm going to go with this. Just excuse me. Hold on, let me get this one out of my throat and cough. So I think I'm going to go, at least for now, with the power bolts. Just because I'm not sure I like this. I'm not sure I like how the power armor stuff works. So we're going to start with that. And then maybe an eye laser or concussion beam. This is a laser sword. Interesting. Or tactical missiles. Dual wrist rocket barrage. This power can be used with other powered armor slotted abilities. You may only have one power ability active in each slot. Abilities that do not have a power cannot be used alongside this power. That's the biggest thing with the power armor stuff. It's from what I see or from what I read, it's like the most complicated to use or the more difficult to use. So I don't want to use that right now. So obviously I don't want any kicks or stuff. I think I'm probably going to go with the tactical missiles. Excuse me, or maybe eye lasers. We'll go with that. This might change because as soon as I get to the powerhouse, I'm going to look at everything. Now here's the question: what am I going to do with stats wise? So since he's a robot, I think I want him to be tough. So let me check this real fast. Someone has a little guide here about, oops. Look under Constitution. So a lot of defense, of course. Let's see, guys, you don't hold resistance. Basically held, you don't. Okay, every time you're hit, you get a percentage of energy back. That's pretty good. Causes your secondary suits also provide extra health, lots of health. Constitution boosts knock resistance. Let's see, dexterity increases your dodge chance. Secondary aid in regeneration. That's pretty damn good. Every time you land a crit, small percentage vastly improves amount of defense. Plus 20 to defense and concrete, not a bad choice considering the extra health. Let's see if. So, I think I'll go Constitution as a primary stat. And then I guess, I guess the rest might be ego and dexterity, maybe? I guess we're gonna have to see how the character evolves. Constitution, strength, and recovery. Recovery is always good no matter what. So I think I want recovery. But I'm not sure I want strength, although, like, the plus side about this game is stats help everywhere, right? If you're a tank and you get presence, crowd control resistance, so it's not wasted completely. That might be good. Then again, I am doing range damage to start with, but I want Constitution still, so... Constitution, Ego, and Recovery. We're gonna do it. All right, here's the fun part. I want cyborg. I just want flat out robotic. Let's see, are there any other mechanical and full helm? Maybe this one. Does this have any robotic stuff in it? I don't think it does. Okay. Well, plus I don't have to deal with the hair. The hair is horrible. Eyebrows. Yeah, no. Robots generally don't have eyebrows. Of course, the question is which one do I like better? Okay, there's this guy. I have to go to the other one. So this guy who's kind of like a cube, and then let's go back here, and then I can look at this guy. I think I might like this guy better because I like the neck. Yeah. I don't like the colors. I need a... let's change this to just... I guess kind of a gray. In case something's showing. Let's change this to... a gray. Let's change this to... a black. And then... You're right, this last one will be like a bronze yellow kind of thing. That'll work. Mostly so I can see the difference that's not candy coated blue and yellow. All right. Eyebrows, none. Eyes. Okay, eyes. Metal. I don't know if I'll keep the eyes anyways. I'm probably going to move them or undo them. You know what? Let's skip to getting the basics down, tights and mechanical. There we go. I'm gonna have to buy this, but that's fine. Now I'm thinking if hydraulic arms. What I want to do is I kind of want to create a big, you know, those what do you call them? From the Star Wars prequels, the ones that roll in and they got the. I kind of want to make something like, I'll never be able to make completely like that, but I wanted to make it less humanoid. This one works right here. Oh no, because that's the... I don't want the tights at all. No. Well, I wonder if I'm going to be able to do something about that. Well, we'll just have to do some sort of cover up. Well, I don't think that really matters. Like, he's not going to be a slim robot. He's going to be... So it'd be nice if I could get him to hold his hands forward instead of... Maybe I should go do that and just go melee instead. Holy crap. I was hoping there was hands that were just cannons or something like that. There's the blaster ones, but... Guess we'll just go with robotic and see what we can do with the bracers. Like maybe he won't be mass, but although he looks kind of silly. Where's the head? I'm gonna have to deal with the head with Now let's get the costume going better first. Let's get the feet. Oh. Feet. Feet. There's the cyborg. Cyborg plated. I think the cyborg plated. It's too bad there's not tank treads. was this? Oh, that's kind of weird. That's kind of an old school robot look. But I'm just going to be very generic. Which is funny enough, because if I just use all the same from the one, it's probably going to be like kind of unique because everyone else is mixing and matching. I see, okay. Okay. Pattern. Let's go solid color, why not? They don't seem to matter too much. Are any of these? Not really. Canister, celestial, no, 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 no. Oh, there we go. That's perfect. Variable. I might have to get the variable robot just for that. I wonder. No, that. I think I might be getting that variable robot for that. Looks the most robotic. Essentially going to do everything I can to try and hide the waistcloth. Hip Slayer. Ooh, actually, hold on. Let's take the belt off for now. Let's see what I can do with the Hip Slayer. That works pretty good. That works extremely good. So far, I think the mech one is the best one so far. Utility, not bad. It was either the mech one or what was the other one? Cybernetic. I think the cybernetic's a little bit too busy for me. It's not bad either, but I still think the mech one's the best. There, now he's not wearing, I mean, he kind of is, but it doesn't look like he's wearing plastic underwear. What next? Let's see if I can do the face just right, because that's going to be the hard part. Right. Obviously, so now eye accessories. I want something kind of squared and like I don't want him to have a human-like face. I want it to be kind of like industrial robot kind of thing. Can't think of something. If I could, I would make Ed 209 like no human parts at all. Mask, monocle, cannon. Right, face mac, robot eye. That one, those ones might work. Or this one. Let's start off with this. Let's see what I can do with this. And I can do full helms? Is that what they were saying? Okay, hold on. I might be changing his head. Because it doesn't do the neck right. That's the biggest problem. Wait, but what is partial does that? I could do that and just build around. Kind of cool. Huh. That's probably not going to work too well, even though it looks cool. Okay, let's go back to Robotic. Oh wait, this is headwear. Okay, that's eye accessories. Let's go see what I can get with headwear. That's kind of cool. Do it this way. Brain dome? No. Cowboy hats? No. Crowns? No. Crusader? No. That could work, actually. Not so much the retro, though. So I wonder if they have a... This would be kind of cool for a different kind of playthrough. That's kind of what I'm looking at, actually. Look at what I'm looking for. But let's see what else there is. There's the variable robot. Kind of. I don't like the textures that they come with, though. Streamline, strange deity. Perfect. And now that I see that, I suddenly want to create a Kenshi robot from Kenshi. You know what? I think I'm going to go with the hammer helm. Unless I find something here that Horns, insect antenna, insect. No, 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 no. No, I'm not a fan of mecha wings. That's maybe. Just because that breaks it up and making it look really unusual. Alright, well, let's see what else we can get. Maybe. Kind of like that, but I want to give the idea that that it's not a suit or anything, that it's just a plain murder bot. Heavy grill. Heavy helmet, cybernetic jaw. Helmet gas mask. Helmet grill. Helmet heavy grill. Projector. That's cool, but not. You know what? I kind of like that. All right, now the side ones. Let's see. I always have it turned the wrong way when I start. That was looking pretty good. No to gemstones. No wings. Pretty good. Let's see. Yeah, I do. I like it better without it. Now that they got the side ones on. And I think I'm really going to like it when I actually edit the head. No. No face sliders. Yeah. Okay. Enough of that. Fortunately, it doesn't really... Okay, I need that to see the face. Okay, we'll go the brow down. That doesn't change much. I want the head kind of large. I don't think the eyes are going to show anything through here. Yeah. Okay, but I still have some armoring to do because he still looks too unarmored. So let's go to bracers. That looks weird as hell. There's some sort of, I think, bug with that one. There's blasters I can use. I'm suddenly rethinking something. I gotta stop rethinking things. Not quite. I'm gonna have to go with like some of the heavy tech or something. Where was it? See, the big problem is so much of this stuff is very round. Like they don't have a lot of angled, and I wanted something that was just more angled for the parts. So maybe the blasters. I wonder if there's a... No. And that's not bad because you can... And there's nothing beyond that though. Yeah, we'll go with the. I think we're going to go with the blasters. All right, arm accessories. No armband. Armored bicep full. That doesn't really look very full. Bolted Chinton plate. I do kind of like how that looks. But let's see what else there is. It's actually not a lot. That makes it look a little bit better. But it doesn't fit well to me. I actually think I'm going to go with the Hello Force. And I'm hoping that the shoulders I can find. You know what? Did I not? No, I guess I did. Okay. Shoulders. Ooh, I'm liking that flat plate. Maple leaf. Is Cryptic a Canadian company? Maybe that's why there's so much Canada in it. Canada. Predator flat, Gladiator spikes, Golden Age, Heavy Mecha. You know, if they were smaller and not as much wings, those would work. Ooh. Power inducers look pretty good. I think I like those ones. Tech heavy, light lord's vest, corset. Yeah, corset, that's what I want. Dark armor. Actually, I guess for this I can... Excuse me. I'm probably going to build this guy and then be like, let's go right back. back up to toot, 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 toot. I think that's it. Yeah. Yeah, no, there's a reason why I didn't want it. Maybe the collar. Oh no, that's the... You can hardly see it anyway, so nope. I got the shoulders from the back. Tech backpack works pretty good. I give myself some tech wings. Fixed jetpack. Modern thrusters. That's probably... I don't know where I like to go. The bottom, but I do. There's the mechanical wings. No, they don't work very well. Not with this guy. Might do the Tesla, maybe. That the one? Yeah. All right, now we can see. Well, the only one that really works, I guess, is hollow force or nothing. Dealt with the feet. All right, now let's look at the leg accessories. Ooh, I do like the dark armor, how that looks there. Ah, don't do that, witches. Could just finish off the hollow force. It isn't bad, but that actually doesn't look too bad either. But ooh, now the variable robot looks really good. Well, if it wasn't for that clipping there, that would be really good. Strange Deity doesn't look too bad. I don't like the floating part. Is that from Strange Deity or is that from the... It's from the Hollow Force. Ugh. I might have to change that then. I think I'm going to go with the Dark Armor. I'm going to look at the foot accessories again. Or maybe I'll just go both. All right. Yeah, that doesn't have anything that would add to it. What about the belt? Yeah, that works. I'm going to do that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can't so I need the legs to be there we go. Thicker. Thick. Doesn't do anything. We'll go forearms regular. Biceps can be big. Yeah, we need those to be big. Nope. That doesn't do anything. That's just the lines. Why are you stuck in that stance? Okay, I actually think since he's not actually going to be I'm really upset I can't turn my hands into just nothing. Not necessarily nothing, but like you can here. Where'd they go? Oh well. You can turn them into weapons. There we go. There's probably unlocks that I can't see that allow me to do that. Maybe that's the way to go. All right, we're doing it. Oh God, I have to name him. What do I name this monstrosity? um, Granted, it didn't turn out quite like I wanted it to. I don't know if I can really get it to do that, so we'll give it a shot. Gosh, I don't know. Yeah. I probably should. Actually, I like the color scheme just as that is. I didn't realize it was going to work out that well. See if that works. Woo-wee. But you know what? I'm going to do it. Because what else am I going to put? But what else am I going to buy? Murder. Why can't I? Why can't I murder this lady? Could have sworn. Oh, did I miss it? Oh well, that's okay. Okay, so these come out of the palms. No, they're going to come out of the fists. Murder.
Thank goodness. I'm glad you're here.
Murder.
I'm glad you're here. Any is-
Maybe I don't want to come out of this. Maybe I want it to come out of the head. I don't like the punching action.
Press the tab key to select the nearest enemy target. Press the one pressing tab multiple times will assign the power tray to top enemy target building power. The power will activate as soon as you are.
It's not working out like I wanted it to already.
I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. Any is-
I forgot that when I forgot they do the whole little animation thing. So let's go back to Alms. So I may be completely redoing who he is. First chance I get.
Hero points are displayed as stars at the bottom
Yeah.
of your hero's portrait. The more you have, the more effective your hero is in combat.
Like I shouldn't have forgotten that they do that, but they do it with both the fist. Like it'd be nice if the fist and the palm had different animations other than just having a closed fist or an open fist. Just for shits and giggles, let's see. See, now these would be good to be able to get out of your chest, but you can't select that. The best so far, I think, is mostly the head. It's the most appropriate, but you do the whole body movement thing, which kind of throws it off. I wonder. Ugh. Okay, well, let's hurry up and get through the tutorial, and then I'll decide, because then the other option is a melee bot. As I said, I was gonna thinking about making something like the skeletons from Kenshi. remember this happening on my last character that I just made. Maybe I was just not paying attention. That's like all the bonuses and stuff from...
Many thanks. My administration. I have information. My administration.
From playing since the dawn of time. Oh, and I gotta... Well, shoot.
The mission heading indicator is a direction.
It looks too silly. It just doesn't work for it to be the type of robot that I want him to be.
Blocking reduces all damage taken. An incoming charge-up attack is signaled by special animations and an pulsing blue circle ahead.
I missed the skip tutorial button, I think.
Talk about. Our
I'm really worried I might miss my.
Press F when you're a silver exclamation.
I make him short? I could have sworn I made him...
Excellent. As rough as that.
Oh, there's someone actually here?
I'm really worried I might miss.
Let me check this real quick. No. That was weird. Did not expect for that to happen. Oh. That's why I didn't say anything out loud, because I figured although it does, I guess it should have dawned on me when you had said something like that. I'm still well, I'm always half awake these days. But I'm also lost in thought, because I'm sitting here thinking I could do melee. Well, I mean, I kind of want to do melee, but at the same time, I don't know if I want to do heavy weapons or brawler. But the animations for either of them just don't quite work all that well with kind of the... Yes and no. I hadn't logged in, except for the last character I was just playing for the last 2 days. But before that, I haven't logged in over a year, but that doesn't really mean much because those times that I logged in, I didn't really play, so I really haven't played in probably like 5 years. So Nah, I'm not wondering why anyone's playing it. It has its unique charm to it that you don't find in a lot of other games. Like I wish it was. I wish it got a little bit more attention, and got kind of like the Star Trek Online treatment. Because Star Trek Online, same company, but since they got a lot more success, let's see, what do I need to kill? Enraged drones. They've been able to do some pretty decent continuous updates, and I mean, that game's still going pretty good. You know, I play that game almost every day, well, to some extent. And then with all the superhero anime, I was hoping, I would think that this would get a little bit better. Here, let me do the. I wish I don't have this set up in any way, so I getting all of it at once. Hold on. I don't need to see the XP. Where are you? Team. I don't need to see the system. I don't need to see the rewards. There we go. Now I can actually read without having to scroll back. You know, I was never that big of a Star Trek franchise either. What do you call it? Fan of it. Like I preferred Star Wars, definitely. Some of the Star Trek stuff I liked, but the game itself is probably the thing that kind of made me enjoy a Star Trek thing, because it's got a lot of great things in it. Some stuff I'd like to see them take over, like their bridge officer stuff, where you create your own bridge officer. You know, you can customize how they look and equip them with what kind of weapons you want them to use and stuff, which would be great for, you know, personalized sidekicks here. In fact, if you ever do play Star Trek Online, the way the game is built, it's probably would have been a better Star Wars game, because it's far more action. I mean, people do like to say Star Trek is more cerebral and scientific, but it's really not that much, because it's like so many times it ends up in, well, at least in the movies wise, even the old movies, it's always action. But it still probably would have been a very good Star Wars game. Scan the antenna. You guys see what I'm doing. This is true. Honestly, for me, the last decent one was SWOTOR, which, you know, it has its ups and its downs. Where's my quest rewards? No. Mission items? No. Let's see. Drone controller. Is this it? That needs to go there. But, and that, you know, the Old Republic it's kind of a catch-22. It has its major flaws, but it's still probably the best thing that's come out of Star Wars in the last, well, actually, I guess maybe that goes beyond it, but it's probably still like the last thing decent to come out. Well, I'm not saying it's the greatest thing ever. I'm just saying it's decent. It's like when you have the urge for something Star Wars in the game wise, that's probably as far back as you need to go to get something that actually feels decent. Yeah, Star Wars Galaxies was, well, before the update, of course, but right here. In fact, I'm trying to think of any other. There was that one. It wasn't like a full on RTS. It was almost like a kind of like an Age of Empires Star Wars. That one was pretty good. That was a long time ago. I'm trying to think of any other Star Wars games since then. And the only thing I can think of are mods. Star Wars mods are still pretty good for different games. Yeah, I played a little bit of that a couple years ago. The downside of those ones is it's at least the one I played on, or when I played it, was fairly dead. Like even more so than Champions Online. Although Champions Online, there's actually, because I was on my other character in the main city before I came here, there's still a pretty good amount of people playing. You know, it's not at its height, but it's certainly sustaining. Although I still think it's weird that, or not weird, rather it would be nice if it had more attention, because I look at all these, superhero anime and stuff like that are out. It's like there's no place else that you could probably recreate all those things that you see in those shows as here. Like you can't do it in DC Online, because they're a little bit more strict on how they make things. Does it? I was looking at that just a little bit ago, and I was thinking, I actually never played City of the Heroes side. I played the City of Villains side. So I might take a look at that, because I know I know it got some major attention recently, because it didn't it get like legitimized or whatever? Like they were running the emulator, and then technically illegally for a long time, but then they came out and said, oh yeah, we're gonna be okay with it. Although part of me thinks it's just because if they leave it be without any action for long enough, then they kind of lose their standing to go after them. But either way, got the stuff. Collect parts. Okay. Yeah, I mean, the gameplay can be fun when you want the action and I do like the universe a little bit more because I'm more familiar with it. But at the same time, customization wise, it's kind of like not as good. Like you can't make a character. You can't make a character like I made, like any of the characters I make. You can kind of get there, but it's just too. Yeah. That and for the days that I don't really want to deal with, action combat. Because even though well, I would argue that the combat is more of a taste thing, because like I said, it's a full-on action combat thing, and Champions Online is kind of a tab targeting with a tiny bit of action kind of in there. So for me, it's like every new MMO since like 2015 has been an action combat MMO, and it's like I get that they're fun, but sometimes I just kind of want to chill a little bit and not have to, spam click things. And in fact, I mean, you look at two of the biggest MMOs that still have subscription models, and they're both tab targets. So there's certainly enough people that still like the tab target, which is why I don't know why anyone else is why they've it seems like they've completely abandoned the idea of the tab target MMO. At least new developers, anyways. Like I said, there's room for both, but so many game companies like to ride trends. Oh yeah, it's certainly a preference. Like I said, like I like them both when I have the I know the taste to do it when I feel like I want to, but I think they've just gone too much for action combat MMOs, and they haven't tried any more tab target ones lately. Can I make the... Oh, I'm good, thanks. I got this little veteran device that's 100% heal energy, and it's slightly more cooldown, but I don't need it. Not only have I not played in a long time, I have a lifetime subscription since the first year, or for the first when it was available. So I technically got like $50,000 worth of Zen if I were to buy it today.
Completed? Great. We must prevent any more QLAR from entering the headquarters. Dr. Silverback analyzed the data. We must prevent any more QLAR from entering the headquarters.
Which is... Let's see, does this work, dude? My emote didn't work. Probably because I don't know how to emote. Here we go.
Success inside the champion's building means the
Okay, so I'm going to do this one, and then I'm going to hit the powerhouse, and then I'm going to rethink my character. I didn't need to do this, I forgot. I guess since I already, well, but I already have a... Oh man. Thinking about characters is such a pain sometimes, because like, well, I kind of already got a robotic tanky, well, not really a robot, a power suit tanky guy that does melee. And I got an offensive melee guy who's kind of the same build, even though he's not robotic. So if I were to change it back to that, it wouldn't work too well. So I definitely don't want to go brawler.
We don't have much time.
I think I'm going to see about going heavy weapon tank. And I don't know if I'm going to still keep the same look. I think I'll go thinner, less bulky.
Over here. We don't have much time.
What do you mean we don't have much time? You've been here for what, 15? Wait, no, we're at 12 years now? No, 16 years. That's right, it's the 16th one.
Black Talon is our adversary. He's a servant of Dr. Destroyer. And if we don't bring him down quickly, he'll lay waste to all Millennium City.
Look how stupid he looks. Actually, he doesn't look stupid. I want that. See, that's the kind of weapon hands I wanted.
Break free! I'll hold off the reinforcements. You're going to have to defeat Black Talon on your own.
Now what are you going to do now? Look at me. Look at me dance circles around you. And boom. All right, and then
Shown great bravery today, my friend. We need to shut
I'm a giant murder bot. How am I showing bravery?
frequency signal
I'm technically not. That's one of the reasons I want to. Was looking at City of Heroes emulator again, because one of the things that Champions Online doesn't have that would be nice is if they had more kind of the bad side, or at least the ambiguous side. Like, I guess you could call it the anti-hero side, but they don't really. It's just kind of like, I imagine over time, if they had been successful enough, that they would have that they would have probably gone that way, but especially considering they were the progenitors, but oh. Although it's really too bad that Cryptic don't seem to be making games anymore. They're just
The beacons are down. Let's launch Ironclad and hope he's able to bring down the Q-Lar
pure
mothership.
maintenance mode on Champions Online. Well, maybe not pure.
This door leads
Although
to
I
the
can't
defense control
I
room.
can't say for sure on Champions Online because I don't know what kind of updates they have. I constantly get notifications for Neverwinter about their updates, even though I don't really play. In Star Trek Online, I play, and they're still making enough that they're hiring voice actors from the original crew, original
Launch the Ironclad
Star Trek cast. So they're doing well there. So it'd be nice to see them make a new game, because the way they can do their engines are pretty good.
Ironclad's upper velocity
Well-
shell easily penetrated both the shield and the
I agree. I would like to see Champions Online get the updates, but the reality
destruction
is
of the mothership sent the Q-Lar
they would
into
need a huge
confusion.
influx of people for them to do it.
The surviving aliens fled.
But that's kind of why I'm surprised that they're not making a new MMO, because at some point, as much as people don't want to think about it, they're going to be like, well, we're going to go in total maintenance mode for Champions Online. Which I don't know how much they're in, because like I said, I don't know when the last time they had any sort of new updates were. But I know all these seem kind of empty. But then again, well, of course I'm not level. This is my brand new character, of course not. But yeah.
Interface on designation superhero. Thank you for your
So it would be nice for them to upgrade it, but
I monitored your problem. The powerhouse is
yeah, no, I figured you're the only one here, so. And to be fair, I didn't call you a creep, I called you a stalker. Okay, I didn't call you that either, but it wasn't something I was really expecting. Yeah. I think if they would have done a little advertising push around the height of My Hero Academia. I don't know if you watch or anime at all, but I figure if you're online, you probably know just from the memes alone. But since that was big, if they would have pushed the but if they would have pushed a little bit of advertising during the My Hero Academia height, I think they could have pulled in a lot more people. Okay, so first things first, it's time to remove all my power. It hurts my feelings. Okay. Of course, the other downside of this game is the amount of the down/upside is the amount of time I spend in character customization and power customization is just almost uncalled for. So I'm thinking I was going to go heavy weapon tank. Now I don't want to do Mystic. That just doesn't fit a robotic character. Force kind of does, but and so does electricity in a way. But again, these are more caster types, and I want to try and avoid that. Munitions. I don't want to pull out weapons on my robot character, but in that way. I just did the power armor, and I wasn't digging it too much. Gadgeteering. I gotta see something here. I wish they had these guys in the same room as the dummies. Cool. Have fun. Thanks for stopping by. Now let me go see what this looks like. Yeah, we'll see what he looks like in a couple hours or so. If he's still alive. It is a weapon you pull out. Alright, so let's see. So, powerhouse, remove power, undo, back, train up, purchase powers. So, I'm going to bet that all those other ones, yeah, that says rifle, that says blaster, so those are good things. Now, there's the laser sword, but I'm already doing this. I got a couple sword guys. I like swords too much, apparently. And then not going to do unarmed. So yeah, I guess I'm going to go with heavy weapons. What does this do? Interesting. Okay. Select power. Now, this guy's going to be tanky. Offensive, or let's see, melee and bleed damage, knock and hold resistance, defiance. 5% resistance. This does not. Okay. Toggle forms. Enrage buff, increasing your melee damage and range to a less degree, scales with your strength. Grants you energy when you gain a stack of the. Oh, shoot. Oh no, I didn't touch my primary stats yet. But what innate talents did I get? Constitution, ego. Okay. Constitution is fine because I'm going to still go Constitution, but the ego. So, because in this case, I'm going to go Constitution, Strength, and Constitution, Strength, and Recovery. I can't undo my talents. Just. Yeah, but the only way I can. Huh. Well, it's only 5 points. It's not going to kill me. And I guess I can always complete respec later. So. Anyways, let's skip the block stuff for now. I'm sorry, the passives. Movement. Okay, that's a knock up. It's a cleave. I think I want a AoE one. Area effects advantage. Let's see, cause a magma burst. No, that seems ridiculous for a robot. Reckless to you. Let's see. Pause that. Dun, 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 dun. Anyways, if you have the Defiance passive active, refreshes the duration of Defiance buff. You know, I guess we'll go with Cleave. Oh wait, I got one more too. Now the question is, do I want to cross spec at all? Eye lasers. Unavailable. I do want some sort of ranged attack for the times that you have ranged fools. Maybe micro munitions. Ooh, shoulder launcher. Ooh. Orbital cannon, maybe. Although I think what I want is maybe some robots. Eventually. I'm gonna have to figure out. Ooh, that one might be a good one. I'm gonna have to find out what's the best. I guess it would be just some sort of crowd control. But I want it to be a ranged crowd control so I can gather enemies into a single spot before I charge them. Which ones does this come with? Do they have any at all? No, they just have that one. This one is not really the kind of crowd control I want to do. Mentalist, do they have anything that's kind of works? They might. I think this would probably be the best area to get crowd control. But I don't think... Oh, that's close area. I should probably learn to read. It's a single target. Nope. Electromagnet. Now this one. So it looks like I'm going to... You're going to see... Near your target, deals particle damage to nearby Targets pulls nearby targets toward the magnet. When this power expires, leaves static field. Okay, that's pretty good. And scales off recovery by a small amount, which is good because I'll have recovery as a secondary. Counts as a rune, doesn't mean. Cannot critically hit. Okay, and so that is a 6.7. So that seems like a pretty good one. Now then again, I know I heard something about implosion engine being really good. But that's a 60-second thing, and crowd control. Okay, so that's a single. They don't have anything. I could have sworn, right? Maybe it's singularity bomb. Oh yeah, I remember this one. It's a clicky, which I'm fine with, but it doesn't do a lot of pulling, and it doesn't quite look right for. Same thing with this one. I believe. Oh no, it doesn't do it. So I'm thinking the electromagnetic is my choice that I'm going to make. The choice that works. Alright, so do I want to just go ahead and get Defiance now? Or would I rather get a toggle form now? Build of strength. Didn't this used to make you get angry? Or I'm angry to make your character grow larger. When you maintain this form, you have a chance to gain another instance of rage. Yeah. You can gain a stack of enrage once every 4 seconds. Side effect, cost of energy. Yes. Only one form. Oh, there it is. But I don't think I want to use enrage though. So, or rather the growth part. So this one, whenever you apply burning, and this one's whenever you attempt to knock a foe. Interesting. Oh. I may just be going full on this dude. Here you go. You know, it's early on, so I want to. Wait a minute. Oh, I didn't buy it yet. Okay, why didn't let me do it? Okay, that was weird. Okay, so do I want to do... Yeah, because I want to... focus on killing. Okay, now what do I want to do for travel speed? do have the jetpack, so maybe I do the jetpack. Super speed doesn't really go very well. Acrobatics neither. Super jump, Tunneling, no. Swinging. Yeah, we're gonna go with the jetpack. Primary super stat, Constitution. Purchase talents. My next one is going to be Strength. So let's go physical conditioning, Constitution and Strength. All right. And then let's go over here. And look at, because apparently I got a free aura token. I don't know why. I don't know why a robot would want an aura token, or I'm sorry, an aura. Meh. And I don't know why I ended up so short. It seems like... Yeah, we're back here again. We're going to take the mask off. We're going to dance to heroic instead. Maybe average. All right, we're going to do a little bit of editing. Now that he's going to be an upright humanoid. There we go, perfect. I guess he can have normal hands again. Okay, let's look at the bracers. No. Unless I can change the... Nah. We're just gonna go look for some armor. Although I suppose if I'm going to armor it up, I could also just do like this or something. No, wait. The bracers didn't... Get out of here, bracers. No one wants you anymore. If it weren't for the hands. There we go. I wish they had sci-fi versions of that. No. Oh, it doesn't work. I suppose it doesn't matter because it's all going to... Let's do the mechanical monster claw one, mechanical claws, just because they look kind of cool from the outside. All right, now let's go back to the bracers and see if we can't get something a little... That one's not too bad. Serpent, no, 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 no. Robot samurai. No. It's always so difficult just to get one. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to just... that might work. Maybe. Okay, is there... Let's see, if I turn this to metal, and is there a better pattern? Steampunk's not too bad. That detail difference is not really... Armor patched plate. I actually think the ninja one might be the best. How does it look? Metal. Metal. I don't like the fact that there's... The only downside is I don't like the straps on the inside, because it's supposed to be... It needs to look like it's part of him. The Gladiator one might be the best, actually. Although, no, you can still kind of see the straps there, unfortunately. Armor mech. Armor mech, Those patterns aren't exactly huge difference, but pattern armor, armored patched plate. Again, trying to avoid the straps. Armor patched plate, armor pattern, armor plate and straps, armor plated tech, armor sleek tech. Sleek tech or plated tech? I think plated tech. Yeah, I think this might be the one. I'm gonna go with armor, but I want you to be metal. All right, let's go look at the upper armor again. I may be okay with that. I may be okay with that. Let's look at it again. I guess I can do the variable robot now. Nah. I do like the plugs. The only problem is they float because I would rather it be in armor. But this armor just is not very well made for robot arms. I mean, I guess I don't have to, but I don't like the plain look. So we'll go back to Hello Force and keep it that way. Metal or brush metal? Let's see, there's brush metal versus what brush metal? Just have no. Let's look at the legs again. Tates for robotics, right? Oh yeah, that's right. It just does that. So I don't want to do that. I want to look at the robotic leg attachments. Robotic leg versus hydraulic leg. Not much of a difference when you have it all covered like this. Hip slayer. All right, we're gonna look at the actually works kind of good. There's not a lot of right. Armor sleek, armor plated, armor spiked, armor tech booster. That's ooh. Like these ones. Although I'm gonna need to make the feet a little bit normal. The downside is he's looking too human. Although I don't think there's much I can do about that. There you go. I think I either need to change the legs. That was armor plated, so. And I think the frame will work better. Although I'm going to look at the chest again too. Armored Heavy Tech 2. Maybe Light Tech 3. But oh, that's my YouTube timer. So it's been 2 hours. Let's see, what's this one look like? We gotta find another 2-hour mashup. Just in case. There we go. All right. Okay, Armor Light 3 is what I think I'm going to go for, but let me check some other ones. Questionite body armor. A question, what it changes. Maybe I just do none. Nah, we'll go with a light tech 2, like that. All right, and then let's go back to the head. You know, I like the head as it is. I think I just want to make it a little bit. We'll give him a neck instead of. Only this time I want the head to be thin. And depth. Yeah, we'll go all the way down. I hate how it hitches like that. Body sliders. There we go. It looks a little more robotic now that I got them thinner. The T-Rex. The orangutan. Yeah, I don't want them that thin. What happens if I do that? Never skip leg day. Good job, little bird. The plus side when you flatten it down is this ends up looking more sleek. Or it starts to sink into you, so that's fine. You want it almost looks like party, you know. That's cool. I like that. We'll go all the way up. There you go. That's looking very robotic. Ooh. Got to be some sort of. Oh yes, a guitar. Right. Let's move you this way. Cloud sword, which looks cool, but no. Okay, so either the mecha sword or mecha mace. And I'm going to use the mace because I always use swords, so. He went to fat camping. There you go. Ugh. Now getting the enlarger would work very well, because then he's not. Oh shoot, I gotta load all my key bindings. So, and I gotta use restroom, and I gotta get reviewers. So I think I'm going to stop it there. And again, I forgot to flip on and off on YouTube, so it breaks things up. But oh well, I suppose if you want to watch it, it's there. You can skip around if you really think anything's important. So all right. Well, here, let's go check something out first before I do that. I just want to make sure nothing looks too weird. And did I choose the wrong exit? I did.
Millennium City.
Yes, I know. I've been here. Ah. I meant to go to the dummy area. Wait, let's see. I wonder how we would look with mecha wings. That might be interesting. All right. Like it. Although this is not the one I thought it was. Stupid humans! Stupid humans! Was that the last one I thought? I'm glad I checked that. I should have checked that before I left. But I think I got enough silver to at least undo one. No, the last one was the jetpack, but oh well, I can still. Well, you know what? Let me check to make sure I'll be able to buy that if I do it. So what I was thinking is I'm guessing, is this a charge one? No, that's a click one. That's a tap. Usually the tap ones have a charge to it too. Weird. Their terms are all over the place. Click, tap. But, and then there's ones that say click, and then there's a maintain that's not in the description that's there. I think Arc of Ruin was the one. Or maybe it was Annihilate. No, because that's just a single. I might have to look on my other. Oh no, it's probably Brimstone. This looks like it. And that requires 5, so I wouldn't be able to get that just yet anyways either. Now this is an AoE knockdown 2. Up to the sky. No, again, that's not it. Arc of Ruin, wind up massive. It's this one. It's Arc of Ruin. And I need 3 points. And I've only spent, or I only had 2. So yeah, okay, I can't get it yet anyways. All right, whatever. Everything is kosher. And on that note, exit Powerhouse. Exit Powerhouse. And exit stream.